Welcome back to Figure Depot. Today I wanted to take a look at my basic black ninja from Articulated Icons. I've done a video a long time ago of my white one and my red one, and I've never done my black one, so I thought I'd do it real quick. This is how the figure comes out of the package, and it's a very neat figure, very cool detail. We'll get a closer look at it real quickly. We'll just take a look at the packaging itself. You just get a window style box. It says Articulated Icons at the top. The figure comes in this clamshell just like you would see with a standard Marvel Legends, and it's got a little bag with all his weapons and accessories behind it. Then it's got on the back just a little write-up about the line. This was a Kickstarter several years ago, and there are several figures in the line, and a lot of cool ones that you could pick up. I have the basic red ninja, the deluxe white ninja, and then there was a, right here, the weapons pack, sorry, the arms and hands pack with wrist wraps and stuff. So you can change up the configuration. Kind of like here, you can make a sleeveless ninja or, you know, whatever. I made a Storm Shadow out of mine, of course. So anyway, that's just a quick look at the packaging. You get a little write-up on the side, and then all the stuff from the guys who made it on the bottom, and then on the other side you just get a picture of the figure itself, some artwork there. So pretty cool. So I guess we'll go over the articulation real quick. So basically, if you have a Marvel Legends figure, then you pretty much are familiar with this style of articulation. He can basically heads on a ball joint with a hinge, so he can look up, he can look down, and you got 360 here, bicep swivel. You get double jointed elbows, which gets you a real nice bend. You get articulation here at the torso, and then it twists as well, and you get a twist at the waist, and the legs will kick out really high and get them up to there. You do get a double jointed knee, which is really nice. You get a thigh cut just like on Marvel Legends figures. You got to be careful with these hips right out of the package. I heat mine up in hot water. They tend to stick a little bit right at first until you kind of break the figure in, so just be careful with them if you pick one up. You can still get them. You got a boot cut, ankle rocker, and pivot, so just be careful when you first get them out of the package. Oh, and the wrists right here pop on and off with these little pegs. So it's got a ball disc, ball hinge right there, and you can roll it around 360, up, down, side to side, however you want to move it. Very versatile with the joints there. So very cool figure, great looking figure, very posable figure, and real neat to have in your collection. I'm having trouble focusing because there's so much texture on my background. I may swap my background out just so you can see the figure better. It's starting to irritate me. Sorry, I'll be right back. Alright, so that's better. Just to take a quick look, we'll peek at his accessories, and then we'll take a close look at the figure. So he comes with 2 fisted hands on the body, and then you get 2 karate chopping hands. So those look really awesome. You can see the detail here is really nice. Sculpted veins on the hands, and it's got a wash on it, so it's a lighter tan with a darker tan wash, and just looks really good. And those of course peg on there and rotate around however you want to. And then we get 2 weapon holding hands, which look really nice as well, and do a great job. So aside from the hands, we have of course the head that comes on the figure, which you can see is got sort of a more traditional or classic ninja mask. And then you have on the figure, or not on the figure, we have kind of a more modern ninja mask. And so you can see it has a style more in line with what you would see like on Storm Shadow for G.I. Joe, just a snug fitting mask with these two seams running down either side. And the eyes on the figure are painted orange on these particular figures. So, yeah, but they look really good. I've got a couple corners here where they ran over with the paint, but I'm just going to touch those back up with some flat black. That's an easy fix. It's got a nice flat wash to it, so it won't reflect light real bad if you're doing like toy photography, which is what I primarily do. You can pop each head off, and if you want to have like his hood down, you have this little thing you can pop over. And then if you want to have his hood up, it comes with a hood that you can put over either one of the heads that you desire. And then we also get this, I think it's called a bandolier, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got a peg hole in the back so you can mount his sword sheaths. And this just goes across the chest. You can pop the head off and stick an arm up and slide it over and down and into place. And I'll show you all that here in a little bit. But really nice detail, just a flat black. With this Black Ninja, it's a very simple design, which is great because, you know, he's not going to be flashy. He's going to be nice and stealthy. But they did bother to include some of these silver details for like buckles and stuff. But other than that, pretty much got a black plastic with a light, like a dark gray wash to give it some texture on the figure. And we'll look at that more closely in a second. And then we also get this shuriken. So you can throw that at some folks and jack them up. Really nice weathered metal look, and then a black wrap around the handle. And you can tie a string through there if you want to, and kind of do whatever you want with it. And then, of course, we have his katana and his short sword. I don't recall the name. This is actually the middle sword. So a samurai would have a katana, this middle sword, and then a small dagger length sword. And I cannot recall the name of the middle one, but anyway, these have real nice detail, nice shiny silver paint, and you get the gold application here at the hilts, black, and then it's got a sculpt for a wrapped handle, even though it's not painted, but it's sculpted and it looks really nice. And again, you want him to be stealthy, so very cool. These can come in and out independently of one another. And it's got a peg on there to stab into the back, so very cool. Now, let's get a close-up look at this guy. Really cool detail, really nice. It's got a standard gi belt folded nice and tight. Got real nice wash there. You can see that I was talking about, which just adds some detail on top of the sculpt. There's the peg holes for the swords here or here on the belt or the back. So real versatile options for how you want to display them. Standard pants, got nice wrinkles sculpted in there. And then we have these leg wraps here. And then just a plain foot with a nice little notch there in the foot, which looks real nice and very ninja-esque. So really cool figure, really great design. Alright, so if you want to put his bandolier on, you just pop the head off, nice and easy. We'll slide that over the arm and the neck peg. Just put his arm back down and then pop the head back on. So easy to put on. Then you'll line up the hole in the back with the hole in the bandolier, and we can put peg these here if you like. So that's one look you can do. We can also take and peg them onto the belt. So, very versatile. Say you just want a short sword and you want to get rid of this long thing, you just pop that out, and then stab that back in. And just have the single sword if you want there. Or again, peg it in down at the waist. So, lots of different options for display, and very versatile figure. Now, these are basic figures. The deluxe figures had a lot more accessories, and you could do a lot more with them, but they were a bit pricier. These have been out for so long. On eBay, they're really expensive, and I don't know, you're probably going to pay 80 or 90 bucks for one, but there are still a couple of the figures available on their website. So if you go to Instagram and search Articulated Icons, you can find their page, and then there's a link to their Shopify. And I do think they have a limited supply of some of the figures left. They're mostly sold out. Like I said, these were a Kickstarter 3 or 4 years ago, and most of their stock has been sold already, but there are still limited quantities. So next we'll do some comparisons of size of other figure lines so you can get an idea of how they scale. Alright, here he is next to Darth Maul, the Black Series Star Wars figure, and you can see they're essentially the exact same height, and it's about a true 6-inch figure height. Here he is next to Marvel Legends Doc Ock, and you can see he's just a hair taller, although I think the way I've got the camera angled, it doesn't look like he is, but he's actually just a hair taller than Doc Ock, but Doc Ock's obviously a beefier, fuller build. Here he is next to a DC Direct action figure, and you can see they scale very well together. DC Direct figure is probably just a hair taller than this true 6-inch figure. I think they were more like a 6 1/4 or 6 1/2 inch. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Gladiator or Hercules figure, and Hercules is on the large end of those type figures, so he does tower over our ninja. And here he is next to a Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Sasquatch, which again is a much larger figure, so he's meant to be huge in comparison to the average sized person. Here he is next to the custom Tarzan figure that I made from a Weapon X buck with a Jessica Jones hairpiece and a Namor Submariner face, and just kind of kit bashed those together and fabricated a loincloth for him. And the spear comes from the, I think it's the Black Panther Shuri action figure. Yeah, I think that was her spear. And I did a repaint of it. It had a gold tip and gold beads around it, but Tarzan wouldn't have that in the jungle, so I colored it gray like stone, and then some stone beadwork around the feathers. So that's my custom Tarzan, and the bow is from a old samurai figure I had from, I don't even remember the name of the line. It's been probably 10 years or more since I got that thing. And here he is next to a vintage 5 1/2 inch Prince Adam action figure. And here he is next to a DC Direct Public Enemy's Superman figure. Here's where it starts to get interesting. If you watch Daredevil or read Daredevil comics, hand ninjas. These guys make great hand ninjas. This one and the basic red ninjas also, of course, really give you a nice look. They fit in very well, and you can get some great toy photography if you're trying to recreate comic scenes with these guys. And here he is with some Netflix and chill, folks. We got Jessica Jones, Netflix Daredevil, and Netflix Elektra, and you can see they all pair very well together. well, that's about going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you have articulated icons, please let me know which your favorite figure is. Also, let me know if this is a figure line that you have not collected and are interested in, which ones you might like to get. And also let me know below how you like to use your figure. Do you like to use them in Batman shots? Do you like to use them with Marvel? And, you know, just let me know what works best for you. So, we'll see you next time. Please leave a comment below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.